talk about Star Wars enough. We should talk about some Star Wars.
We haven't talked about it really in the last couple of weeks. I mean, there was like a month where it was just pretty much the Star Wars show.
Yeah, we did talk about.
Dude, we talk about somehow one of y'all find a news nugget for Star Wars and it's in every episode, which is fine.
With
So what are we talking about?
Rogue One's coming out in December.
Yep.
And Episode 8 got pushed back from the summer or spring
To next December.
to next December. So Star Wars is pretty much going to own December from here until
Eternity.
God knows when. Yeah, probably pretty much. What do y'all think? Whoa. You got some ghosts.
We're good.
What do y'all think is going to happen with Episode 8? Now we've got Benicio del Toro is in some capacity in there.
Mm-hmm.
And Rebels, the TV show, has really been hinting at like some big tie-ins into the current lore.
Talking about the whole thing where the main kid might be Snoke or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of horse shit.
I don't know anything about Rebels.
The main kid's Ezra, who is kind of like the Luke character.
Did they put like a lightsaber in there that looks like Kylo Ren's lightsaber?
There's a crossguard lightsaber in one of the upcoming episodes. But it's like a real
Crazy.
lightsaber. It's not like the one with the cracked crystal and everything.
Oh, okay.
And there's a part where he finds a Sith holocron. And there's some speculation that Sith holocrons are powered by the Kyber crystals that also power lightsabers. And they're thinking that this red Kyber crystal and this Sith holocron that he finds might be the crystal that is in Kylo Ren's lightsaber.
Huh.
No, I mean, that's just trying to connect all the dots that are existing. But it's
that would
kind
be
of
neat.
a cool thing. And also in Rebels, Darth Maul's coming back.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You see him like all hooded and everything, and he's talking to Ezra, and he says like, "You can all call me Old Master." Because like whenever he was with Savage, he was like, "You can call me Master." And now somehow he finds Ezra, so he's going to be in this season of Rebels. And Benicio del Toro, I would actually really like it if he is an old Ezra.
You think so? You think they'll tie it in that way?
I would like that, but I don't think they are, because I think that's tying too much like central information into something that a lot of people might have absolutely no idea about.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
But it is Disney.
Yeah.
That would be neat. That would be super cool.
And some people are saying that Ezra might be like the originator of the Knights of Ren, that he might go dark side in Rebels at some point, and either be Snoke, which I don't really see that, but might be the guy who starts the Knights of Ren, might be Benicio del Toro, something.
Yeah.
It's fun. This is fun. Speculating. This is fun.
Speculation. The futures market.
So I saw a article, and I knew it was total bullshit when I clicked on it, but it was like episode 8 leaked, plot leaked by I think they said it was like a Lucasfilm employee or so. It was something.
Dude that will be sued soon.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And
Soon to be unemployed.
soon to not exist.
Yeah.
You want to leak Star Wars, you're not going to be on this planet anymore. Disney would make things happen.
So
Disney makes you disappear if you ruin their shit.
So he, I'm sure it's not 100%, but it was entertaining nonetheless. You can go on the iQuiz, KWIZ.com, and probably find it. KWiz.
KWiz.
K-Swiss? My K-Swiss?
So you can go there and probably find the video, or you can just YouTube episode 8 leaked and blowing burps on one another.
I accidentally burped in Alan's face again.
That accidentally happens a lot.
So the episode 8, it was a pretty entertaining story. I just feel like it was a lot of what the fans want to happen in this episode. Rey gets revealed that she's Luke's daughter, and
I really don't know people's daughter.
I think they Kylo Ren ends up meeting his mom, and he's all like disfigured, but he's like finished up with his Jedi training. Benicio del Toro is supposedly
his Jedi training.
I mean, his Sith training.
Okay.
Or he's
He ain't going back, dude. There's no going back.
or he's about to get finished up.
There is going back.
Well,
Darth Revan. What you're saying, Darth Revan might. There are some things in some of the trailers and stuff that's coming out that might be putting Knights of the Old Republic video games kind of in canon.
Huh.
Please, Jesus, do it.
At least pulling like big themes and characters
Do
from
it.
that universe and making them canon.
That would be awesome.
I mean, that's what they've been pretty much doing from the get-go. I mean, like, Kylo Ren is basically Jason Solo from the old EU.
Yeah.
But they've been pulling here and there, so they're thinking that a lot of stuff from, especially Knights of Old KOTOR, is going to be made official canon.
In this thing right here, this plot leak thing, they said that Benicio del Toro is like a villain who's basically trying to convince Snoke to off Kylo Ren or basically get rid of him. And I think he wants to be the apprentice or whatever.
Oh, shit.
So there's some kind of like power struggle that's happening between the two of them.
That would be cool.
Yeah. And maybe this is a way to lead Kylo Ren back to the light side.
Don't do it.
I mean, if that's what they do, if there's any truth to this thing, like I said, this is probably total bullshit, but it was at least entertaining enough to
There's probably
get
some information
ideas
in there that will end up being pretty, spot on.
When did they let the Wookiee win? That's from Star Wars. That's from Star Wars.
So it was
it's that movie about space.
Y'all like space?
So I thought it was kind of neat, and it's fun to speculate all this. I still don't want Rey to be Luke's daughter.
Here's the deal with Benicio del Toro. He's the fucking collector, and then Star Wars and Marvel Universe. All one cohesive thing under the ears.
It's not out of the realm of possibility.
I saw they were doing like a Lego Rebels short show thing.
Oh, Lego Star Wars TV show.
Yeah, something like that. But I think it's like Rebels. I don't know.
I think it's Rebels.
I think Episode 8 is gonna have like half the time is gonna be. We've already talked about like Skywalker and Rey, or she's trying to convince them to go to work.
I still don't think that Luke's gonna be in Episode 8 that much.
According to
this, kind of establish things, get Rey kind of take her training wheels off, and then it's just going to be new characters: Rey, Finn, Poe, all those guys.
According to this thing, like I think I told you earlier, but it said that they would end up battling. Rey and Luke would end up battling a lightsaber duel between them and Snoke and Kylo Ren.
Oh shit!
And so Snoke is battling Luke, and obviously Rey's battling Kylo Ren.
That would be awesome.
It would be super cool. And they end up getting out of it, but somehow it's revealed. That's when it's revealed that Rey is Luke's daughter. And then at the end of the battle, Snoke and Kylo Ren end up getting away somehow, and Rey just runs off. But she goes to a swampy planet. She goes to Dagobah, basically.
No.
And then I think she ends up getting trained. Finishes her Jedi training with fucking Ghost Obi-Wan and Ghost Yoda.
Oh, that
bullshit. Right, yeah.
That sounds fucking retarded.
I was like,
that's where I draw the line.
I was like, you had me until they were getting trained by the Ghost. Yeah, I was like, no. This is total fan service right there. But the Benicio del Toro thing I thought was interesting.
Oh yeah,
being a Sith, that's that power struggle between him and Kylo Ren, I think would be neat, because that's the whole deception, deceit, the whole Sith thing.
And like one thing that I'm really interested in is, are they setting up Kylo to be like the main villain?
I don't know, man.
Or is he still just going to kind of like tread this middle ground of it's kind of good, mostly bad, but still kind of good, and
he's gonna
or is he just gonna like just after this last battle with Rey? Is he just going to go just full Sith?
I think
like
so.
Let's cut everybody's heads off, lightsabers, and
One thing I didn't think about,
Destruction.
he's gonna have this like huge gnarly scar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't even think about it like when it's talking about like it's gonna be like a central feature.
With like to
on
be
his
like
face
a
now
real
and everything.
Sith, like almost all like real Sith lords have some kind of deformity whenever they like earn their medal.
It'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm holding out some hope. Maybe he's gonna go back to the light side. You know, be a little bit of a redemption, but we'll see.
Man,
Could be a lost cause.
Dude, he killed his dad. I don't know if
he
there's
killed
any
Han,
going.
man.
It's brutal, man.
That was the thing that was teetering him from, like, keeping him from going full.
Well, that's what enabled him to like complete his training. To be an actual Sith, you have to kill or destroy the thing that you love the most. And that was like the whole speech about there's something I have to do, but I don't want to do it.
Right, yeah.
That was it.
There was also what was that dad rumor? Did you guys hear about that?
Dad rumor.
Yeah, where the guy
Oh, where
where-
he's trying to infiltrate the Sith.
he's
but he
basically
had
like
to
a
do
sleeper
that.
agent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually a really good idea.
Wait, what?
So it would be that Kylo Ren would be basically like a sleeper agent. Like he had to do all these terrible things so he could become a Sith, so he could get close to Snoke and take Snoke out. So when he's talking to Han and he goes,
He needs to do some sword training because got lit up.
Well, there's the thing.
I mean, I know he was hurting stuff, and I've defended him for it, but
it was
still got lit.
he got lit up.
it was when he's talking to Han and he says to Han, he goes, I have to do this thing, but I don't know if I can. Will you help me? I mean, obviously we all know he's talking about killing him because he wants to go to the dark side, but
Yeah.
does he want to go to the dark side so he can finish the dark side off forever? I don't know. It was a crazy theory, but here again, it was fun to think about.
And I mean, you can also tell like his relationship to Vader, wherever he's looking at the burned up helmet, and he's like, "I want to finish what you started." And it's always been like the general consensus is he doesn't worship Anakin Skywalker; he worships Vader.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't care that he turned good at the end and saved his son and killed the Emperor and all that stuff.
Yeah, but I don't know how many
worships-
people know that.
Not many.
Like
if-
2,
Right.
3 or 4 people.
But he would have known that because he studied under Luke.
Mm-hmm.
And that would have probably come up at some point.
Maybe,
Yeah, I
maybe Luke didn't say shit.
I would have thought that Luke would have told a sort of redemption story.
It would have been a thing.
It
Like,
would have been like
hey,
a power of the
here's
light
the power
side.
of the dark side, but the light side wins because I
Yeah.
turned the worst person in the entire galaxy good at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be like a, hey children, come sit down in a circle around. Let's tell a story time.
Mm-hmm.
Then if he is like this sleeper agent with that kind of theory, maybe he's not talking to the Vader persona whenever he's looking at the helmet and saying, I want to finish what you started. Maybe he's actually talking to like the Anakin right whenever Vader died.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I want to finish what Anakin started as killing the Emperor and dismantling the Empire and bringing everything back to goodness and the light side.
It's crazy theories, man. You know, and all of them are pretty entertaining. It's all pretty fun stuff.
And it's so new, and we have no fucking idea what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's weird because there's new Star Wars stuff coming out that we have no idea what's going to happen. And that's the first time that's happened in 30 years.
because
Since
it's Star
83.
Wars. I always want to go with what doesn't look like the most apparent thing. You know, that's why I don't want Rey to be Luke's daughter.
It's so
even though
simple and so
I
tidy.
think she will be, but I don't know. I don't
hope
want her.
not.
I don't want her to.
I hope not.
Yeah, I know.
I know it's kind of a bummer to be like, no, okay, well, all right.
All right, well. All right.
It would just be a very lackluster sort of reveal. Like if it got revealed, it'd be like, well, okay, yeah, I fucking
Yeah,
saw
that's-
that coming.
That's what everybody's been saying for the last 2 years. All right, next.
That they're gonna have to swerve that a different way.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember hearing Abrams read like the script, and he was like really bummed out that he wasn't
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah, I did read that.
Like he was like, man, fuck, that's good. It's real good.
Which I'm glad. I mean, the original trilogy switched up directors every time, and it gave each movie kind of its own unique flavor and
Mm-hmm.
appeal.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready for the dark. The episode is gonna be dark. It's gonna be dark, son.
Yeah.
That's the one thing we can bet on. We can bet on that.
Also, I was thinking, what if like the big Vader, Luke, I'm your father twist doesn't come until episode 9? They could do that.
Save it for
The very end.
I mean, judging how episode 7 played out, they probably won't do that. They'll probably follow kind of the same structure of the original trilogy, kind of like the new one kind of followed New Hope to some extent.
Of course, you know, I mean, they could.
But they could just use that Force Awakens as like, here's what we're doing. It's familiar. Get used to these characters in like a familiar setting, and now here we go on this brand new stuff. And from here on out, we're going to change it up.
It's like, here's our nod to old Star Wars. We have a lot of them. Here are all the nods. And we set up our new characters. Here's what our new characters are going to do.
Yeah.
Like for the next 2. Or at least for the next one. And then the third one, it'll sort of culminate.
I'm super excited.
It's going to be awesome. All of them.
I'm super fucking excited.
Do you think they'll keep going?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're going to keep going with continuing series.
Disney said that they are planning.
They have no plans to ever stop.
So what do you think they're going to do after? I mean, they're going to be main Star Wars stories, and those are probably going to be based around the Skywalker clan, and people close to the Skywalker clan.
Mm-hmm.
What about the side stories? Because they're going to keep coming out with those as well. I mean, do you think they're eventually going to
do those ad infinitum? I mean, they could draw off of the old EU stuff, pull from different places. They got a fucking gold mine of stuff that already exists that they just have to tweak a little bit.
I mean, that's exciting because I haven't really thought about it up until now. That like, I mean, we've got Rogue One, and then we've got the Han movie, and then like the Boba Fett, whatever that's happening. You know, the other Star Wars movies that we know about. But like, what else are they gonna do?
Man,
you know, like there's so much that they could do because, like you said, of the EU. What else? You know, like
the Thrawn trilogy. This is supposed to be like one of the best EU stories.
Mm-hmm.
There's good rumors that Thrawn is going to come back as canon in the Rebels TV show. So if you got him in canon, just loosely adapt the Thrawn trilogy into a new anthology trilogy.
Do you think they would try to go back to any sort of like Old Republic? Not necessarily like the Old Republic as we know it, but like here's the past for this, you know, for our,
and make it similar enough to the Old Republic that we know, that we have that like, immediate connection to, but still change it up a little bit so that it's new. It's not just retreading the stuff that like, oh yeah, Darth Revan, we know everything about his story and all the Sith War and the Mandalorians. We already know this, but like take that aesthetic and tweak it so that it's still new. They could do that. We are going to die before the end of Star Wars, and that disappoints me.
Yeah.
Dude.
Are we blowing your mind, dude?
HK-47 on the big screen. Murdering people and screaming meat bags.
Meat bags.
Oh my God. I need that now. Give me that now.
And they could do it, and they would make a shitload of money from doing it.
Yeah. I mean, it's exciting just to think about all the other stories that could be told. Because, oh, dude, what if they just tell Republic Commando stories?
Oh, man.
Dude.
They could go back to the Clone Wars and make a 501 story.
Yeah.
They could make an entire trilogy off of that.
501st story, do the whole
Have
thing.
Cody and all that stuff. I mean, oh, man.
No.
More excited than I was before.
No, you just drop the knowledge about they could do an Old Republic movie, and that's all I'm thinking about right now. just the game, the first game.
Well, let's think about it.
Sum the story up,
Let's
bullet
think about
point
it
it.
right here. Let's think about it as Star Wars, as like multiple franchises. You know, the next biggest thing that people are going to know about, I would think, would be their video games. And it's not like they're going to do a Battlefront movie because it's just fucking.
Well, but they did do a Battlefront book.
Yeah.
I don't think
Really?
it's out of the realm of possibility. Yeah.
Was there just a bunch of fighting?
Maybe they would do something based around that, which would maybe kind of go into like the 501st or the Republic Commando territory, the way that they told those books anyway, like an army style.
I mean, you could still do. I mean, something kind of like do a Dirty Dozen.
Yeah. I mean, a war style movie,
like Republic Commando story.
I think aside from the movies, the video games are the most popular sort of franchises. I would think over the books and probably even over the comic books.
We're not going to see like the narrative game, anything about that for probably 2 or 3 years.
I'll say at least 2 years. Yeah, I think they said it was at least 2 years out. You know, the one from Visceral. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the actual story. driven.
So probably the next biggest video game franchise aside from Battlefront would have been Old Republic, right?
Which is still going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
it's
is
kind of
weird.
going. Kind of
It's weird. I mean, they're still coming out with new content for it.
trying. Yeah, I'm hearing that stuff's not. Like, I want it to be great,
I've heard the
but it's supposed to be like a 9-parter.
player expansion that they did was actually received pretty well.
Well, maybe Force Unleashed would probably be before Knights of the Old Republic. I mean, as far as like what people remember, I mean, obviously the main game is Battlefront, but like
I don't
other
know,
games.
I think most Star Wars hardcore people would associate
Knights of the Republic is the best Star Wars game ever.
Wars
yeah,
more than
most definitely.
Force
Yeah.
Unleashed.
Do you think they would do a Force Unleashed type of movie?
They could.
Yeah, just like
Like
the
Fallout.
bombastic, big battles, just action.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, hell, I mean, you guys talking to what's his face might be in Rogue One for all we know.
Homeboy?
The main character, Starkiller.
Oh, Starkiller. Yeah.
It's exciting to think of where they could go because there's so many places they could go, and there's so many stories that they could tell, and they're gonna just keep making these movies. Not only are we getting main Skywalker Star Wars stories, but we're getting these other stories that are basically just building on everything.
We got Rogue One this December. Then after that is the Han Solo movie that Lawrence Kasdan is writing.
What if they did a Lando movie?
Oh my God, get out of here!
And the big rumor is that the third anthology movie is going to be a Boba Fett movie.
That would be cool too, man. Like Kid Boba Fett on up to like getting his.
I mean,
Being
it
a
could be
bounty
like a hard merchandise movie, just telling like,
like a
Tales of
single
the Bounty Hunters.
Yeah, oh man, yeah, that would
just
be
like
cool
him
too.
and Forlom and Zuckuss and
Oh, do a bounty hunter movie? IG-88,
yeah, I mean,
Dengar.
they could show like all of them fighting against each other, trying to get to Han Solo and Luke.
Dengar's backstory, how he got all the toilet paper wrapped around his body.
It's a lot of toilet paper.
What about any of like the like things that they introduced in Force Awakens? Like you didn't like I'd never really heard of like the first Jedi temple.
Oh, that's going to be addressed probably heavily in in episode
I
8
think so.
In the movies.
because they're going to be there.
That's like the first part of Star Wars lore, basically, that they just kind of.
What do you think that they'll do anything like based off of that, like early Star Wars that'll be completely new?
I think it'll be
To the
more towards
franchise.
like comics and the books.
Yeah.
I think it'll be that like expanded, like secondary tie-in kind of
So
stuff.
still sort of based around expanded universe stuff, or do you think it'll be all new?
I think they'll still draw
Draw from the expanded
what they
the
can
EU?
and what works from the EU.
Do we talk about
Up a little bit.
them digitally inserting Grand Moff Tarkin into Rogue One?
Yeah,
We talked about it
a
already?
couple weeks ago. Yeah.
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 Which I'm going through the Tarkin audiobook at work right now. Really fucking good.
Nice.
It starts off slow, like almost all of the Star Wars books do, but once it hits about that, like quarter of the way in, whenever he gets up with Vader and they go on a mission together, it gets really damn good. It gets really good.
It's exciting.
I'm
It
trying to go
is.
through the Star Wars audiobooks that are in canon, so I can kind of absorb everything in canon
Turkin.
so far.
Turkin.
It's badass.
And then I got the next one I'm going to listen to is the one with Quinlan Voss and Asajj Ventress.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, Ventress.
Oh yeah, I think I read all the spoilers for that book already.
Yeah, I did too.
I just read it because I was like,
Audiobooks are just
Asajj
especially
interest.
Star Wars audiobooks.
Well, they have all the sounds and stuff.
And then he said, "Pdoo, pdoo."
I mean, they got like the sound effects and the music and everything behind them.
Yeah, it's pretty
Really
awesome.
cool.
I'm listening to Darth Plagueis right now.
Oh man, how far are you in?
I'm only on like the third disc.
Oh man.
There's like 100.
Oh yeah. there's a lot of discs.
There's like 1,000 discs to this thing, man. It's crazy.
All right.
All
That's all I got. We
That's
good?
I'm good.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you're watching on the YouTubes, remember to check out the website, www.thegeekyest.com, for everything that's archived. You can watch the videos and listen to the podcast there. Check out the podcast on iTunes, Android, and now also on Spotify. Check us out on Facebook / The Geekyest, on Twitter @The Geekyest, and shoot us an email with questions and all kind of good shit at thegeekiest@gmail.com. And with that, I'm Bert.
I'm Alan.
I'm Jeff.
Remember to stay geeky and shoot us an email with some stuff and get famous. Bye-bye.
I should have left the burp on there.